player ratings after Watford were beat by Huddersfield Town by 4-1. Joined by Shane. We'll start off with Aurelio Gomez.
Decent game. None of the 4 goals were actually his fault, I didn't think. Defensively, we were terrible. But he did concede 5 probably. I don't know, just give him...
I can't really give him a high rating after that.
No one's going to get a high rating today, so just give him a 5, to be honest. Settle on that.
Adrian Mariappa, although he did score against Palace, today he just looked a little bit slow. He wasn't willing to get forward. He looked a little bit out of fitness today. He did look he looked a bit puffy against Crystal Palace, but especially today, he didn't want to make that run over, kind of overlap. I think we're so used to Kika Feminier making the runs in behind, and Adrian Mariappa wasn't providing that today. So I think I'll give him a 4. Then going on to the right centre back, we'll start with Adrian Mariappa. 20-minute cameo.
I'm not a bit sorry for him actually, because he wasn't our worst one, was he? In the back line, he was sacrificed. Oh God, 20 minutes. I'll give him maybe a 4 probably. It's such a shame. He didn't do anything wrong. Just want to make a very quick point on what you just said about Jan-Mat. Kiko Feminier has got to come back. I don't care what the physios do. He has to make a return against Brighton. Right, Jan-Mat just wasn't running enough for me. He looked puffed out in the last 10 minutes or so. I could see him. He was holding almost like his abdominal regions. You know, he was suffering from cramp. Need to get Kiko.
Funny moment.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I felt weird, didn't it? I don't know.
Anyway, moving on to the main centre-back, Sebastian Prodl. Shane did say that he didn't look his best day. I think his legs have gone, I have to be honest with you. De Potre had him on a bit of string, Jesus. The thing was with Huddersfield, they were putting it into areas just in behind, like kind of 50-50 areas where it could go either way, and they were winning it every single time. They were direct. Prodl couldn't deal with it. I'm going to be harsh now. I didn't think he played very well. Going to give him a 3.5. And then going on to Christian Cabasoli.
And we're lucky with De Potre as well. They could have put on Mwene. Mwene would have fucking killed him, literally. I mean, next one was Cabasoli. Yeah. He did. Yeah, he won a few headers. He got a few tackles in there. He's just a bit. I don't know. It wasn't his worst defensive performance. You know, the whole unit weren't great today. I thought, as you said, Prodl had a terrible game. But you know, at the end of the day, Cabasoli's conceded 4, isn't he? He needs to be surrounded by solid players. Yeah. At the moment, he's not surrounded by solid players. Mariappa, Maps, I thought was solid enough when he was on the pitch. Prodl for me should have been sacrificed in that change. Although that change should never have happened, really, should it? Prodl really should have been on the pitch. But
what do you give him?
Cabasoli, I'll give him a 5. Probably the best out of the centre backs.
Jose Holebas, I thought he had a dire game today. Seriously, his corners. But no, I think it wasn't his best performance today. I think overall he was poor. I think I'll give him a 3. 3?
It's a bit kind.
Do you reckon?
3.
People are looking at me.
I'll give him a 1. Seriously.
Right. we don't want him to go. I feel sorry for Holebas, so we won't go to him. Then going on to the centre mids, we'll start off with Abdoulaye Doucouré, who does miss the next game against Brighton.
You know, it's such a shame as well. It was probably it was a challenge he probably had to make anyway, didn't it? I mean, you know, the game I thought at times was getting away from our centre mid. He wasn't helped by having a lazy twat alongside him in Capoue. Oh my God. I feel a bit for Doucouré. I felt a bit for him on at the Palace game as well. He just looks lost when there's no other proper central midfield player alongside him. Obviously, cleverly being off the last game. I give Doucouré a 5. I don't know where the hell we're going to
finish though.
Yeah, great finish. Exactly, you know.
And what a block off the line at the end.
Do you know? Honestly, I'm gonna retract that. This is a bit harsh. I'll give him 5.5.
Shane wasn't a massive fan of Capoue today. Neither was I. I think he was bereft of ideas. He didn't know where to play the ball. He was lost. He was just lost in the midfield. Doucouré was sweeping up after him. I don't want to go into it. Oh Jesus! They're saying 2. I'll go 2.5. Then going on to Andre Carrillo. Now, at times he was kind of bombing down the right-hand side. He was taking the game to Huddersfield, but he just doesn't want to get his foot in.
No, he doesn't. He's afraid of getting a tackle in. He's afraid of winning the ball back at times. Better performance, though. I thought he wasn't great against Palace. Showed a little bit. Was slightly better today. Sometimes he reminds me of Capoue, in which he's so lost. Sometimes, you know, it's as if he's an under-18 player who's never played with these kind of players before, you know, and it is. Oh, I don't know. You know,
What do you give him?
I'll give him a 5.
5.
5 at best.
Yeah, I think that's pretty generous.
I'm not as worried about Carrillo, but going back onto that centre mid thing for the last time, my God, you know, Capu's going to probably start, isn't he, against Brighton? Him and Cleverly, not as good as Doucouré. I'm worried. I'm very worried for the centre of midfield for that game. Do we bring in Ben Watson?
On the other side, Richarlison, he looked like Doucouré, a little bit leggy. The Palace game, I thought he was going to get a rest. I thought he was going to get a rest because he didn't play. He played at Palace. Today, he didn't. I do think he needs a rest. I do think if an international break was now, it would benefit Richarlison so much because he does need a break. He's worked his socks off since he's come into the squad. And I think he was unlucky today. So I think I'll give him a 5. And then going on to Troy Deeney, who got sent off around after 2-0 anyway.
Yeah, I don't know. The problem with Troy was actually he was showing quite a lot of passion, wasn't he? You know, he was trying to get the ball back. He was winning the ball, I thought, relatively well. No one's around him, though. Like, he's got no one to play off. That's what made him so good against in our first season in the Prem. You know, he had Iggy up there with him. You know, he's had Vidra up there with him. He's had players that know, and Fessy as well, and they know to make those runs. If they make those runs, Troy will get it to you. The partnership will work. Putting him up front now, you know, come on, let's be honest. He hasn't got the legs anymore.
Yeah, I do have to pull you up on that. Is that Deeney's problem or is that Marco's problem? Because should he be playing two up front?
Yeah, listen, look, it's Marco Silva's problem, but there's only so much you can say a point, right? You know, I've been calling for 2 up top now for months, quite possibly. It's ridiculous, you know. You're expecting Troy to do everything. He can't win everything, you know. His red card, I think, deep down, his red card was very, very reckless today. Very reckless. You know, he may well have won the ball, but a bit like Ziegler, should he be sliding in like that? Probably not, but I think the frustration got to him when he saw some of the other players like Holebas, Capu just standing there, not doing anything, not putting in the challenges. I don't blame him, frankly, because you know what? He is our leader on the pitch, you know. Robin touched on this in his fan cam, you know. You look at other players on the pitch, they're not captain material. Gomez can't be a captain because he's a keeper, in all fairness. Prodal, nice bloke, just not captain material. He
nice. Looks far from his best now.
Looks far from his best, and his legs are going, really. I've got to give Troy a low rating because he did get the red card. I'll give him a 3.
We need to get through the substitutes. So firstly, Roberto Pereira came on for Adrian Mariappa after 2-0. I don't think he really had a massive impact on the game, even though he was on for quite a while. He hasn't been really been himself since his injury. And frankly, I don't think he's anywhere near like he used to be. But I guess it was hard to just come on like immediately at 20 minutes, or at the 2-0 mark. So I think I'll give him a 4 today. At least he was trying. And then going on to Andre Gray, I was calling for him at half time. He didn't come on, but I thought he looked a bit better today.
Yeah, I think he genuinely did. You know, he was getting in there. Couple of half chances for him, I think, in the box. Just need to connect with it. You know, just get yourself there in front of the defender. He looks better. I just think he'll benefit with 2 up top as well. I think if you partner him and Troy, or for the next few games possibly him and Okaka, then I think we may well be able to get some sort of results. The one thing I like about Andre Gray is that actually, you know what, he does work. You know, his work rate I can't fault. It's his finishing sometimes that lets him down. Better performance than it was against Palace. I'll give him a 4 as well.
Final substitute, Stefano Okaka.
Didn't really have much to do, did he? He was getting himself in the right positions. I'd agree with that, but not much really from him. He'd benefit, and I said it from the start. He'd benefit from starting the game. You know, him and Andre, I think up front now the next couple of games, I think it's kind of what's needed. I'll give him a 4. I'm going to be fair to him. You know, he didn't do much wrong. He didn't do anything necessarily that well attacking wise. I'll give him a 4.